What's up guys, PBD here and welcome to episode 16 of my road to Manchester City. We're starting off this episode by doing a squad builder challenge. These were for the marquee matchups that I think are already gone by now, but one of them was Schalke versus Dortmund, and this was actually one we invested in, if you guys remember. And it ended up happening. We didn't make too many coins on it, but we went ahead and completed it. It ended up costing us 4,000 coins, which isn't too bad, but not too great. We also go ahead and do the Spartak Moscow one, and that one costed us only 2,650 coins, so not too bad. I thought about doing the other ones, and I'm not sure if I do end up doing them, but they were pretty expensive, so it was something I was going to hold off on. We do end up getting the pack. We'll go ahead and open it. We don't get anybody too spectacular. We get that Moscow player right there. Thought he would go for something, but he ended up not going for anything because I think you either needed gold players or the rating had to be up there. So we go ahead and open up the second pack. We get Bumpy, who isn't worth anything and not even an option for our team that we're going to be using because he's just not that great of a right back for FUT Champions in my opinion. So nothing too great from those packs. And then we go ahead and sell off a bunch of players that we had in our team and we've been using for FUT Champions. And that is because I wanted to change it up. I wanted to go ahead and use a Premier League team. And that is why I went ahead, sold everybody. And like I said we ended up making a loss on most of the players, if not all of them, because prices did go down since we bought them. So we did lose out on some money right there, which is a little bit frustrating, but it's something you have to deal with if you want to play FUT Champions and use good players because prices are constantly going to drop, and unless you sell at the right time. But I can't see anybody not losing money in this. We then go ahead and buy some players that we need for our new team, and City players were definitely part of that new team. So we go ahead and buy Sterling, who we were yet to buy. We also go ahead and buy, I believe, Gundogan? Oh, actually, no. We go by Smalling because I really liked him as a defender. I used him in the past. And while he was a little bit expensive, you need to have good players for FUT Champions because if you go ahead and play with players that aren't that expensive, they're obviously not going to be that great, and you're honestly handicapping yourself because there's very good players in FUT Champions. So I wanted to have the best of the best, or what fit my budget at least. So we go ahead and buy Smalling. We also go ahead and buy Clichy, who was way cheaper than I thought he would be because I think at one point he was going for like 4,000 or 5,000 coins. So buying him for 1,300 coins right there is not too bad, and that is what we go ahead and do. Put him in. He's going to be the left back, and I honestly could have bought a better left back, I think, but we also have to keep in mind that the requirements were to have like 5 different nations or 5 max from one nation or something like that. So had to keep that in mind when buying these players. Also went ahead and bought Bellerin, who I had him as a loan player. He was very good at the right back spot. Definitely wanted to have him back in there, and he was a little bit expensive, but like I said, you have to pay what it is if you want to be playing with good players in FUT Champions. And we go ahead and buy Company, who I didn't think I'd buy for a while, but I said, you know what, I want a solid center back to pair up with Smalling, and Company was the one. So we go ahead, check off all the guys we signed, which isn't too bad. We're getting ever so closely to completing it. We still obviously have to buy the more expensive players like De Bruyne, Aguero, and stuff like that. But we do have more than 50% completion, I think, on the checklist, which isn't too bad. And we jump straight into a game, our first game of FUT Champions. We're rocking a 4-1-2-1-2, and that does change throughout my 40 games, but whatever, we'll see that as time goes on. We come across this guy who's got a 4-3-2-1 Bundesliga team, and it was a little bit strange because he did have 3 silvers in there. So right off the get-go, I thought, okay, this guy is an amazing player, and he is going to severely outplay us, and we might lose this game. But we had to play it slow. And over here in the 5th minute, we would have the first chance of the game. Dele Alli passes it all the way back to Company. Company to Schneiderlin. Schneiderlin back to Dele Alli, who does a 1-2 with, I believe that was Rashford, if I'm not mistaken. Bellerin ends up giving it to Rashford. Rashford with a great fake shot right there. And a lovely finish by the United player right there as he makes it 1-0. And I'm really loving the skeleton kit or whatever, because from right now, from like a distance, it looks like a suit kit, but up close it's a skeleton kit, and I just love Halloween, and you guys are seeing this on Halloween, so it's perfectly fits perfectly with the theme. So We take the 1-0 lead in this game, and we are trying to make it 2-0 over here. Bellerin gives it to Dele Alli, and Dele Alli has a great chance right there to make it 2-0. Unfortunately, though, Farman with a great save would deny us our second goal. But we're looking pretty good in this game. We're dominating possession. We're creating a few chances over here. We would have another chance. Rashford does make it not 2-0. I thought he scored right there. Never mind. So Farman with another great save. And from that, we get a corner, though. And this corner over here, Smalling comes in with a very powerful header, wasn't even controlling him, so the AI did that for me, and he does clear it off the line, I believe, or hit the post. So we can't get that second goal, and we keep pushing for it, and over here, Dele Alli back to our attacker right there. Unfortunately, we just do some stupid passes. Renato Sanchez with a great through ball, puts Coman through on goal, who just passes it into the bottom corner right there, and we concede. So after dominating and creating so many chances, we are down, or we're not down. He equalizes it, makes it 1-1. And over here in the 44th minute, we would try something new from a free kick, something I don't normally do. I like to just shoot it or pass it and then shoot it. I went ahead and did something that I saw people doing against me a lot, and that was like calling the second man right there. Durham clears it off the line. We were just not meant to score the second goal, as you can see. But yeah, people like call the second man and then make him run and then pass it to him, and I feel like we can use that, although a lot of people know about that, so it doesn't work that well. You just have to come across the right opponent that doesn't know it. But anyways, he does clear it off the line. He does go on the counterattack, and Coman scores again. And I was so angry, not only because this goal was so dumb, because look at Butlin in this, by the way. Great skill move right there. And over here, Coman has a shot. What is that? Butlin just jumps up in the air. He's just so hit or miss for me. Like, he makes some amazing saves, or he just does something ridiculous like that. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? So we go down 2-1 in the second half. He's only had two shots on target and 2 goals. We have way more possession than him, but we're losing, so that's all that matters right now. And in the 47th minute over here, we would have a chance to make it 2-2. And Dele Alli, what a strike from him right there, makes it 2-2, and we finally get that second goal that we've been striving to get this whole game. And over here, Bellerin with a terrible pass, however, does fall very nicely to Navas to Schneiderlin with an amazing play right there, gives it right back to Remy. Unfortunately, though, Rashford's heading wasn't that great, and I really should have controlled it, looking back on it, and then taking a shot with Rashford. Not sure if I would have had enough time to do that, but it was probably the better option right there, because that header was absolutely terrible. We do go ahead and do some subs, though. A little bit later, we bring on Martial, bring on Conte, we also bring on Sané, and I thought these subs would do pretty well, and they didn't do too bad over here. Schneiderlin gives it to Navas gives it to Dele Alli with a terrible pass. My passing has just been awful. Luckily, though, it does bounce right to us eventually. Schneiderlin gives it to Dele Alli to Remy, and Remy in the 88th minute gets us that third goal, and I was so relieved at this point. I mean, I still had to hold on for 2 more minutes, because we all know how the story goes for the 90th minute, but we do manage to hold on, and we get our first win in FUT Champions. Such a relief. Honestly thought I was going to lose that game just by how things are going. My finishing was terrible. The shots did not want to go in. Farman was having an amazing game, and we finally do get that third goal and win that game. So, not a bad win. Started off to winning ways once again in FUT Champions, and we're halfway to bronze 2. So we go ahead and do another squad builder challenge. The new hybrid nations and hybrid leagues came out, and I wanted to do those because last time we did them, I think we got some good packs from them and even some good players from those packs. So we go ahead and do the quad challenge, which costed us absolutely nothing, so that was great. We go ahead and get rid of players that aren't worth anything and we just don't need, so we get a pack for that. We also go ahead and do the 6s one. Also did not cost us a coin, which is absolutely perfect. We get rid of players that we don't need and aren't worth anything, and we get ourselves a pack which potentially can give us something good. So we go ahead, complete both of those, send them in, going to go ahead and open the pack, praying that we get something good because our packs have just been awful recently, and we get ourselves over here San Jose, who isn't that great. But we do get ourselves a Netherlands player, which will come into play in a few episodes. because today, Monday, the day you're seeing this, there is a new Legend Squad Builder Challenge. But anyways, guys, that is going to conclude this episode 16 on Halloween. Hopefully, you guys have a good day. Anyways, my name is PBD, and I'm out.